Well, looky here. That's not a blue GMC Duramax. Yep, I missed my white Cummins 2005 Dodge so much that I bought another one. Ended up selling the Duramax this morning. I had it up for sale for a little while. I was trying to decide whether I wanted to paint it or not, as you may or may not know from previous videos, because I wanted it white preferably, and no, this truck is not white. But I knew that changing the color in that truck wasn't going to add to its value. If anything, it would depreciate it, or take away from its value, I should say, regardless. And for whatever reason, I just wasn't comfortable with that Duramax. Ever since I had my white 2005 Dodge about a year ago, it was probably about, I think, a year to the day, or maybe a week ago or so, I got that 2005 that I ended up trading for the Ford dump truck. I went to the Powerstrokes. So now I've had pretty much 3 or 4 different Duramaxes. This is my second Cummins, and I had 1, 2, 3 different Powerstrokes, and then some of the older non-turbo diesels back in the day. However, I found this really cheap, very inexpensive for what it is. I couldn't pass it up. Basically, for the GMC that I sold, I ended up getting this for about half. As you can see, it has the usual rust. My white one had the same exact rust above the rear wheel wells. However, that is pretty much the extent of the gangly rust. As far as underneath, our cab corners, rockers, frame, all pretty decent. Actually, it might even be in a little better condition than my white one. Like I said, my white one had the same thing going on in the back. The frame might have been a little bit cleaner on the white one, but this one's still really good. Comes with a tonneau cover. The tailgate is nice and operational. Nice bed liner. Looks like it hasn't really been worked. It looks like it was fairly well kept. You know, keep in mind this is a 16-year-old truck. Basically, it's the same exact year, same wheels, same everything as the white one that I loved, with one exception, and that is this one has leather, which is a huge plus for me. It's got the same options. We've got, you know, it needs a cleaning, but it's got the carpet. We've got our power windows, door locks, all that stuff. Same steering wheel with the cruise control, same radio, basically everything the same as the other one was. This does need a console lid, but the seats are actually in pretty good shape. And what's great is I'll have an upcoming video on this. You can see how these are faded. You can actually dye these and then condition them and get them to look just like this. You can make this look just like that very simply, just in a matter of 20 minutes. I missed the 4-door that has its own door handle on the outside, as opposed to the ones that you have to, you know, open that door and then you've got the suicide door like the GMC had. So our back interior here in really good shape. Like I said, it needs a cleaning. Looks like somebody had some dirty floor mats or something in here. That's the hitch from my other truck and the stuff out of my other truck, my little tool bag. But again, got clean bottoms of the doors, clean rockers. The only rot really is on the bed. And of course, we've got the Cummins. This one does have a rusty oil pan that needs to be replaced. I was able to get some more money off of it because of that, and I will be doing an oil pan. Looks very simple on this. It's almost pretty much wide open under there. The front axle may be in the way. I might have to lower it a little bit, and I may have to raise the motor a little bit. I don't think I have to, though. I think I can sneak it out without doing any of those and just unbolting it the way it is. I've already got a new oil pan on order. Here's our engine compartment, pretty much bone stock. Got a couple of nice matching batteries. This truck's never plowed. You know, again, this isn't a prize, but for short money that I paid for this, I'm very, very happy. Tires are good, lots of meat on them. rims are okay, not too bad. They do have some choppiness to them, so it probably needs some front end work like any Dodge truck that I've had. Usually the front ends have some type of element to it that has looseness, but I haven't checked that out yet. And like I said, it was kind of a very cheap price, and kind of take it as is, and anything that it may need I'm responsible for, and I'm fine with that because that's what I do. Looks like we got some factory fog lights in this here. And so one of the main reasons why I went from the Duramax back to the Dodge, and the main reason I miss it, is this, and I will show you. Oh, by the way, we got 260 on the clock. My white one had about 240, I believe, when I got rid of it, so this has a little bit more mileage. But let me fire her up, and this is exactly why I like the Cummins. I reset this and drove about an hour and a half back from picking this truck up, and it was a combination of probably 30% back roads. I stopped at a couple stores, got fuel, and then probably about 45 minutes or so on the highway. And that's my fuel economy, 30.3 miles per gallon in a 3/4 ton pickup truck. And that was the thing that the Duramax, I think at best was 20, maybe 21, 22. And this truck gets communicar mileage in a truck, and it doesn't even go down that much when you're pulling a trailer either, as far as on the highway. So for pulling my camper, this is going to be a great unit. Again, all stock, never plowed. Looks like it was probably fairly well kept considering its age. Doesn't look like it's been worked. It's not full of dings and dents. Pretty plain Jane. But next question is, am I going to paint this? Am I going to paint it white? The answer to that, I don't know. I did not like the blue. I wanted it to be white. I hated the blue. I don't hate red as much. It's not the company color, but I have had a couple of red ones before, and I may letter this up and see what it looks like, and I may stick with the red. Saying that now, I probably will end up painting it, but who knows. I am going to do a video. We're going to do a nice buffing and polishing on this factory paint, because you can tell, you can see how it's a brighter red here. Red is one color that you can buff out and wax and get it to come back and look really vibrant. You should be able to tell right here between the door and this fender. This I should be able to buff and get some of that color back like it is here. I think what happened is these doors may have been repainted at some point, because the cab is also a little faded. But yeah, just wanted to do an update on the newest adventure, and I will be putting a plow on this. I still got the 8-foot plow that I was in the process of putting on the GMC. I did the video on the push plates and mounted that, the push plates, over the summer, I believe it was, and I was going to do a video on putting all the wiring in the GMC, and I never got to it because I never put the wiring in. But it was getting down to that time where I needed to decide whether I was keeping that truck and painting it white, finishing putting the plow on, or selling it. And a guy made me an offer close to what I was asking, and I found this in the same day. Basically, I sold the truck this morning and picked this up a little bit after that. So again, look for some more videos on this. I will do a video on this seat. Didn't notice this before. We got kind of a little tear in the leather here. That's kind of a bummer, but I can still color that so it kind of blends in a little bit. But yeah, all of this tan color, I've done it before on these seats. You can dye it and then leather condition these, and I'll probably look for a replacement cover for the console. And then the rest of the interior is in respectable shape, just a little bit of a cleaning, and we're in good shape. So this has the potential to be better than the white truck that I miss so much. All right guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.